Well, now let's look at the last form, I-864W. Who should file I-864W? I-864W is an exemption, as you can see here. Request for exemption for intending immigrant affidavit of support. So this is an exemption. This is to tell the government, I qualify for such and such reason for you not to require me to meet that financial responsibility through filing I-864. So this is, the W stands for waiver. Okay, so that responsibility is being waived. Who qualify for the responsibility to be waived? So you have to tell the government how you qualify. You have to document and claim the exemption. And to do that, you have to meet one of the 4 criteria. First, if you are living in the US for a long time, like 10, 12, 15, 20 years, and out of those years you have been working and filing tax to the IRS for over 10 years, and your yearly income for at least 10 of those years meets the level to qualify as a social security credit. Each year there are 4 social security credits depending on your income. If you have that level of income and you meet, you earn all those 4 credits per year, 4 credits per year for at least 10 years, that make you 40 credits, 40 social security credits. If you have that, you will not have to file the I-864. You will file the waiver. Okay, you're not going to show level of income, household, all this. No, you will be, you claim that exemption by documenting that you have the 40 social security credit. That's one category of people who can claim the exemption. The second category of people who can claim the exemption is a child who is over 14 and his parent, who is a US citizen, is bringing him or her here, and upon arrival, according to the immigration policy, he is supposed to become citizen. If a child qualifies for that situation, then there is not going to be any I-864 file, I-864 regular file to meet financial responsibility. There will be a waiver. So you have to file, you have to fill out the waiver to document the reason and claim the exemption. So that's 2 categories. Third category, you are a self-petitioning widower. If you are a self-petitioning widower, you qualify to file I-864W to claim the exemption, document and claim the exemption. If you are a self-petitioning battered child or spouse, you qualify to document and claim the exemption. So you fill out form I-864W. Those are the 4 types of category of people who can file, document, and claim the exemption by filling out form I-864W. Here are a few questions this video will answer by the time we are done. Here's another question. My uncle and his son, my cousin, both live in the US, in another state. My cousin is over 21 and wants to petition for my uncle, but he doesn't make enough money to meet the government required income level. Can I sponsor my uncle? So this video will answer that question too. Now, here's a question. My uncle and his son, my cousin, both live in the US, in another state. My cousin is over 21 and wants to petition for my uncle, but he doesn't make enough money to meet the government required income level. Can I sponsor my uncle? Well, you may sponsor your uncle, but there are two possibilities. If your uncle is recent here and you have the income level to sponsor him, you can sponsor him. Meaning, the son filed for him, the son petitioned for him, and you become a joint sponsor or a co-sponsor. Since your cousin and you are not living together, you cannot be a household member. Though you are related to them, you cannot be a household member. You can only be a joint sponsor. So you won't be allowed to combine your income with your cousin's income. Your income must be high enough to sponsor your uncle financially on your own. If you meet that requirement, then you may sponsor your uncle. That's the first possibility. Second possibility, how long has your uncle been living in the US? If your uncle has been living in the US for a long time, and he has been working and filing taxes, let's say he came here as a student and stay over, has social security, was doing some job, and he has some work permit sometimes, and sometimes he doesn't, but he manages to do some job or some businesses, and he had 1099 or W2, and then he has been filing taxes for over 10 years, and each or at least 10 of those years, during 10 of those years, he has earned 4 social security credits per year, and that make it 40 social security credit for him. With that, he will not need somebody to file for him. He will not need somebody to demonstrate financial responsibility for him. He has a waiver, so he can fill out the form I-864W to document his circumstances and claim the exemption. So that's when the I-864W become handy. So there are a lot of people, they never heard about that. They're always worried about getting sponsor. I need a sponsor. Or my son is filing for me, but he wants to file for me, but he's not earning enough money. He's still a student, or this and that. So all those depend on the person's circumstances. If they have been living here for a long time and have earned those 40 quarter social security credit, quarter, so 4 credit per year, so every quarter corresponds to 1 credit. There are 4 quarters in a year, so every year, if your income at the end of a year reaches a certain level, it's not too high, so but it depends. It reaches a certain level, you qualify for those 4. You've done that, you've been here for 12 years, 13 years, 15 years, doesn't matter. If for 10 of those you have earned 4 credits per year, 10 times, that's 40 credits social security credit, and that qualifies you to file for the immigrant to fill out the form I-864W. So somebody filed for him. That's the pathway to adjusting their status to become a green card holder or a citizen. But the financial responsibility of that petitioner will not be required because the person they are petitioning for has already earned 40 Social Security credit, quarter credit. Okay, so that's the situation about I-864W. So you can file for your uncle, depending, but if he's been here for long, you may not need to sponsor him. His son can just petition for him, and then he fill out the form I-864W to document and claim the exemption. Well, so far, if you learned something from this video, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel so as when we have a new video, you'll be notified. Okay? Now let's look at some linguistic resources. If you are an immigrant or you're filing for an immigrant, there are some services that go along with that. Some of the services relate to translation, others relate to language learning, and still other, sometimes you are here but you need to write a letter in English, or you need to fill out a form somewhere and all those, and sometimes you are in a city, you don't find people who can do that job for you. Sometimes it's hard for you to find and all those. So that's why I'm providing in the description, there will be linked to some resources, to some linguistic resources, and you can get in touch with us. Our company is ImmigSpot, and we offer language support, translation, language teaching, and other things. So you check the description and you'll get the link to get in touch with us. So we have traduction anglais certifié, so certified English translation. People filing for asylum, immigration, business, university, and they need translation. We are here for them. We write letter in English for people who have difficulties, newcomers who have difficulty writing letter in English when they need to. We teach English, that's cours d'anglais in French. Okay, so this is our website, immigspot.com, and this is my email, immigspot@gmail.com. And if you test us before calling, we'll know what you, because there are a lot of telemarketers always calling, so we prefer that you test before calling, and this is the number to contact us.